since few months on supply chain analytics, and the reason of doing these live sessions on supply chain analytics is to spread the awareness on supply chain analytics and let you know what is supply chain analytics and how supply chain analytics can help in improving your career and also improving the business performance of your company where you're working. And if you have your own company, you can apply, if you apply supply chain analytics, how it's going to benefit you. Something what we're talking about these things quite frequently on our live sessions. So today we will be talking something more on this side. We will be comparing what a supply chain analytics manager and what a supply chain operations manager can actually deliver, and how it is going to affect the performance of the company. So you know what is supply chain analytics manager? I think if you go to the job description of supply chain analytics manager, I will give a snapshot of what supply chain analytics manager can do. A supply chain analytics manager can actually create decisions or test supply chain strategies, or understand how the company's bottom line performance can improve based upon the supply chain strategy or the solutions for the problem. He will use data. He will use data. He'll create data. He'll use data and will create mathematical algorithms. And those mathematical algorithms will generate the evidence, and that evidence will be used to understand whether a strategy will work or will not work, a solution will work or will not work, right? If it is working or if it is not working, or if the what is the chances of working and what are the chances of not working. So so skill of probability, skill of Bayesian statistics, skill of conditional probabilities, those kind of algorithms or those kind of techniques can actually techniques can actually employ or deploy, can be deployed by the supply chain analytics manager to understand whether we can actually really impact supply chain bottom line performance using the analytics algorithm. But if you ask a supply chain operation manager who doesn't have a skill of how to work on data, how to work on how to create mathematical algorithms, and how to generate mathematical evidences to actually come up with a good solution or a good strategy for supply chain. So if you ask supply chain operation manager, he will give you answers based upon his academic knowledge or based upon his experience of. But whatever experience we have or whatever knowledge we have on based upon the academic stuff or from the Google search, they may work, they may not work, because these solutions are scenario specific. These solutions which we read on books or on Google, they work on a specific scenarios. They don't work on all the solutions or all the problems or all these scenarios. Don't work, right? Suppose if I take a scenario of inventory turns, everybody calculate inventory turns as how the total sales which has happened in a given period divided by the average inventory. That is a completely wrong. That formula cannot work in all the scenarios. That is only applied for a given scenario. If your inventories closing balances are almost same throughout the year, the closing balances are almost same throughout the year, then you can take average inventory as a denominator for the calculation of the inventory turns. You cannot use average inventory like that. If your closing balances for every day is different, then you have a huge variability of closing balances. You cannot use closing balances like that in the inventory turns calculation. So it is very important to understand when you apply a formula from the Google or from the academic on what kind of scenarios they could be applicable. And if you do not take this understanding into consideration, you will get results which are not expected, and you will start blaming the formula, or somebody will start blaming you. So this is not a ideal scenario. So if a supply chain operations manager is there, he will not be having the understanding of the data or the mathematics or the statistics or the algorithms or the scenario management. So that is what the limitations for supply chain operation manager has. He doesn't have the skills of working with data. He doesn't have the skills to understand the scenarios using data. But if you look at the supply chain analytics manager, he will be having the lot of knowledge. He will be having a lot of knowledge on how to handle the scenarios. So it is very important. It's very, very, very important to understand that we are having a sufficient skills. We have sufficient skills on data management. We have sufficient skills on mathematics. We have sufficient skills on analytics. And if you use those skills properly, then we can impact our supply chain performance. We can get very good bottom line results. So this is how supply chain analytics manager scores over the supply chain operation manager. So I request you guys, if you are looking to upgrade yourself, if you want to move towards supply chain operations to supply chain analytics, we are launching a new program in supply chain analytics. It's a 6 months program where we are going to conduct 200 plus sessions. We'll be providing you the video recordings of the session in case if you're not able to join. If you want to revisit what we have taught, you want to revisit, we will be providing you the video recording sessions in our learning management system. We'll be providing you work notes, data notes, algorithm notes, everything at your disposal in our cloud platform. And these things will help you to to generate a skill of supply chain analytics, which is mandatory for every supply chain operation or every supply chain professionals if you want to have a long successful career, right? So guys, let me know if you are interested to join this program. So I will be sharing my contact details, and we can take our chat further from there. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I appreciate a very good I appreciate your time for joining us, and I wish you a very good luck for your future. Thank you very much.